Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. It's deep Japanese animation. In this time, I'll introduce about Giyu Tomioka and Sanemi Shinazugawa of the Hashira, with Buddhism and the Japanese perspective. By the way, it contains the official fan book and novel, and to the last episode of the comics, so it's a spoiler alert. Also, I'm just one fan, and it includes my thoughts, so possibly there are some misunderstandings. However, if you want to know the Demon Slayer in more detail, I hope you to watch to the end. Giyu Tomioka. Rank, Water Hashira. Breathing style, water breathing. Height, 5.8 feet, 176 centimeters. Weight, 152 pounds, 69 kilograms. Birthplace, Nogata, Nakano Ward, Tokyo. Age, 21. Birthday, February 8th. Hobby, Sume Shogi, Shogi problem. Favorite food, salmon and radish, simmered in miso. Personal history. Giyu's parents passed away of illness. So he and his older sister Tsutako had started living on a heritage. The day before Tsutako got married, she was killed by a demon. Giyu survived and told the people around him that Tsutako had been killed by a demon. However, they thought Giyu had a mental illness, so he was about to be taken to his relative who was a doctor. On the way there, Giyu ran away and met Urokodaki. Then he began training to join the Demon Slayer Corps. At that time, he met Sabito, who was the same age. And they had no family with each other, so they became good friends soon. 13 years old, Giyu took the final selection with Sabito. But, Sabito died in a fight with that hand demon. By the way, Murata also took the final selection of that year. 18 years old. 5 years after Giyu joined the Demon Slayer Corps, he became the Water Hashira. 19 years old. Shortly after Giyu became the Hashira, he met Tanjiro and Nezuko. By the way, according to his outside story, Giyu Tomioka, Gaiden. He decided to believe Tanjiro and Nezuko, so he let them go, but he wondered if he had made the right choice. However, he remembered what his trainer Urokodaki once said to him. Always keep your mind as quiet and calm as the surface of the water. So he followed his words, and stopped his mind from wavering. His quiet personality may have been influenced by that words. Equipment. Jacket. The half of Giyu's jacket is Sabito's keepsake, the other half is also a keepsake of Giyu's older sister, Tsutako, and the pattern of the Sabito's kimono has a meaning. The color combination is original by the author, Gotoge. However, in kimono, the hexagonal pattern is also known as a turtle shell pattern. Also in Japan, the turtle is lucky charm, and a symbol of longevity. In other words, this pattern of kimono is a wish for health, so that it can protect itself as hard as a turtle. Sword guard. The sword guard of Giyu's Nichirin blade has the same turtle shell pattern as Sabito's kimono. Because it was probably a keepsake of Sabito, or made in imitation of his sword guard. And I think, Giyu made it the same color as Tsutako's kimono. Giyu's jacket and sword guard may have a meaning, to remember the two-person that he cared a lot about but couldn't protect. Breathing style. A user of the water breathing, like Tanjiro, the trainer was Urokodaki, so the from 1 to 10 is the same. However, they are sharper and faster, because they are more sophisticated than Tanjiro. In the Mount Natagumo, Giyu cut the spider demon that Tanjiro couldn't cut like tofu. Actually, the 11th form, Dead Calm, is his own technique. The attacks that enter his spacing are nullified. In fact, none of Rui's strongest threads arrived. In addition, even in the battle against Muzan Kibutsuji, it was defensive enough to prevent his attacks. Abilities. Enhanced speed. Giyu's movement is very fast. In the blink of an eye, he took the rampaging Nezuko with the power of a demon, away from Tanjiro and kept his distance. Also, Giyu tied up with a rope, before Inosuke, who his keen sense could notice. And he could cut off Rui's head in the blink of an eye. Crimson red Nichirin blade. Always, the color of Giyu's Nichirin blade is blue. However, in the fight against Muzan, Sanemi Shinazugawa clashed swords with Giyu's. So Giyu's sword was turned bright red. And it gave the power to interfere with regeneration power of Muzan. Demon Slayer mark. In the battle against Akaza, upper 3, the Demon Slayer mark appeared on his left cheek and was shaped like a water. When it showed up, his movements and swordsmanship increased in speed. So Giyu could engage in battle with Akaza. Sanemi Shinazugawa, rank, Wind Hashira. Breathing style, wind breathing. Height, 5.9 feet, 179 centimeters. Weight, 165 pounds, 75 kilograms. Birthplace, Kyobashi, Chuo Ward, Tokyo. Age, 21. Birthday, November 29th. Hobby, breeding beetles. Favorite food, ohagi, sticky rice cake coated in smashed sweet beans. Personal history. His violent father was killed by someone who had a grudge against him. So Sanemi, who was the eldest son of 7 siblings, and Genya, who was the second son, promised to protect their mother and siblings. However, one night, while their mother has not returned, and Sanemi goes to look for her, a shadow like a beast attacks Genya and their siblings in the house. And the brothers and sisters fall down bleeding. Then Sanemi returns and jumps outside with the beast, to have the slightly injured Genya runs away, but Genya runs outside to call for a doctor, and encounters them. The beast was their mother, who had become a demon. When Genya sees Sanemi dumbfounded, and their mother falling down and motionless, Genya is upset and calls Sanemi, murderer. Then, their mother's body held by Genya, crumbles in the sunlight. 5 of their siblings also died instantly. Sanemi and Genya lost everything in one night. By the way, the large scars running across their faces were from this time. After that, Sanemi pushed Genya away, for the purpose of protecting him. And he spent his days fighting and capturing demons, to kill them by sunlight, without knowing the Demon Slayer core, Nichiren blade and breathing style. Incidentally, he was moving from one place to another, where there was rough area at this time, so his tone became violent. And then, Sanemi met Masachika Kumeno, who was a user of the wind breathing, because they happened to be chasing the same demon. Then, Masachika introduced Sanemi to his trainer, and Sanemi joined the Demon Slayer Corps. 18 years old. Sanemi and Masachika defeated Ubumi, who was the lower rank one at the time. However, Masachika was mortally wounded in this battle and died, so only Sanemi became the Hashira. Incidentally, he became the Hashira later than Giyu did. And that was when Kanae, the flower Hashira, was still alive. Equipment. Jacket. He has the chest of his uniform wide open, and a white jacket with the word, kill, written in large letter, meaning, kill all demons. Sanemi has a very strong hatred for demons, because the siblings he decided to protect were killed by their mother, who became a demon. And he killed his precious mother, also Masachika, whom he adored like an older brother, was killed by a demon. The word may be put, with his hatred and determination. And maybe that's why he was relentlessly trying to kill Nezuko. Nichiren blade. His sword guard of the Nichiren blade has a unique shape, and looks like there are 8 diamonds. In Japan, the diamond shaped is called a trappa japonica shaped, because the shape of the leaves are similar. And this shape also represents a wish for prosperity and longevity, as well as a talisman against evil, because the trappa japonica has high fertility. So he may use this sword guard as a sign of good luck. It is also shaped to look like a paper origami windmill, which is perfect for him as a user of the wind breathing. Also his Nichiren blade has a stinging pattern on it, like the sword guard. And the scabbard has scars on it, like they do all over his body. By the way, there was nothing at the base of his Nichiren blade, at the Hashira meeting. But in the battle against Kokushibo, there was a chrysanthemum pattern at the base of it. The chrysanthemum is Japan's national flower, along with a cherry blossom, and is depicted on Japanese passports. And it is a noble flower, as the flower language suggests. Also in Buddhism, the chrysanthemum flower is believed to have the power to ward off evil spirits because of its nobility. And he may have been able to survive because of these amulets. Breathing style. A user of the wind breathing. He moves as quickly as the wind, and unleashes his techniques like a wild storm. To begin with, when the breathing techniques are used, water, insects, flames and so on, are depicted as a visual effect. But they just feel and look that way to the viewer. However, the wind breathing techniques seem to actually blow up the wind, and become a slash and attack. Abilities. Murechi, rare blood. His blood is special, and it is the rarest of rare bloods. Then, the demons who smell his blood get wasted, and even difficult to keep standing. He realizes the potency of this blood, when he killed his beloved mother, and has scars all over his body to use in battle afterwards. Presumably, the chest of his uniform is deliberately opened wide, to make it easier for him to be scoured. Crimson red Nichiren blade. In the fight against Kokushibo, Sanemi struck the Gyome's thorny iron ball with his Nichirin blade, temporarily turning both blades red. Later in the fight against Muzan, Sanemi forcefully clashed his sword together with Giyu's blade, and they turned temporarily red. They turned their blades red, and got the ability to hamper the demon's enhanced regenerative. Demon Slayer Mark. In the battle against Kokushibo, Sanemi awakened the Demon Slayer mark on his right cheek. And it was shaped like a paper origami windmill with 2 dots. He had awakened his mark, allowing him to fight with greater speed of movement, precision, and reflexes. Even though he had been inflicted with a number of fatal wounds that would normally be impossible to combat. In this video, I explained Giyu Tomioka, the water Hashira, and Sanemi Shinazugawa, the wind Hashira. They don't get along, but there are scenes when they trust each other, while having each other's backs in the battle against Muzan. So if you haven't read Demon Slayer yet, you should read it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.